he let Joe Goosen go?
I mean,
I wasn't surprised.
I wasn't surprised. It is what it is.
You know, with that being said, you know, Ryan looking for some good coaching now.
Yeah.
He is at the 140. Would you like to have him under in the stable?
He can do some
He
big
got
things.
to make that decision.
Yeah. He got a lot of fighting.
We're here for all fighters. As you know, I trained many fighters that came to this gym.
Yeah.
We gave them our best fourth, and they did some great things with
Now,
them.
would I love to work with him? Hell yeah.
That's
Now,
what I'm saying.
Now, if you had a chance to get Ryan, right, what's some of the things you would definitely start working on him with?
Tucking that chin.
I ain't gonna tell you.
One thing, tucking that chin. That's
I ain't gonna tell
So
you.
you ain't gonna get to see.
No, Kenny, no, what I'm gonna work on. He ain't gonna be the same person.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And anybody that work with you, they gonna say this and care. I'm telling the fucking truth.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be the same person.
Now, I want to get into this. You know, everybody talking about all the different scenarios and with the fights coming up. So let's do different scenarios, right? As we know, in 135, we got a fight coming up on May 20th with DEVIN, Haney, and Lomachenko. Let's say it goes the route, of course. Let's say Loma surprisingly pulls that off. He's now the undisputed. Now you have a whole country behind them, Eastern Europe, war hero, two-time gold medalist. It's a lot that can be done with that fight in the
You already answered your question.
He is definitely the biggest.
You already
biggest
answered your question.
Now I want to get your
Yeah.
You ain't got to hit mine. I already know how it's gonna play out.
It's the
You
biggest.
telling us something. We just waiting to see how it play out. I know Devin got to knock this man out.
If Loma win, he'll be the biggest fight for Tank.
Yeah, be honest. I mean, when you really look at it, you know what I'm saying, for the way how they so-called kept him on the pedestal, you know what I'm saying? And that will be like the fight of fights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Coach, let's say if it went the other way and Devin gets that victory, more than likely, Bob is going to probably try to get something going with Devin and Shakur. Would you think?
If that was your company, would you? If
Correct.
It's easy to make, because you can't fight Tank. Tank gonna be the A side. I don't give a fuck how you look at it, because of the numbers he brings. Numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? So they have to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? With Romo, they got a better chance of negotiating because he's bringing another country with him. As if another country come with him. This fight is based on their numbers. Mm-hmm. In any business, the numbers don't look good. They take care of everything. They already know. When you look at all fights, they already know what they spent out and what they brought back in. You know what I'm saying? They know they win it with Tank.
Because one of the biggest things with Devin Haney is his sellability. A lot of times, you know, they talk about the numbers with the ESPN, but it can be kind of misconstrued when it comes to that number situation. Prime example, when he had the fights up in New York. On that card, it was Amanda Serrano and Heather Holly.
Yeah.
Truth be told, they were there to actually see those women fight. I was actually there that night. They brung that crowd that night.
The women did, exactly.
And I would say they should have been the main event that night.
Well, that's why they do certain things to get people to come see a fight to make the actual numbers look good. But if you go back and look at Lomachenko and Devin Haney negotiation, you know what I'm saying? Roma always came on top. Mm-hmm. And Devin got all the belts. You know what I'm saying?
It made it look like he was the main event, but it was really the women the main event.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying when it comes to Devin and the numbers, what you have the hardcore purists in boxing is different because, like you talked about being involved behind the scenes in the financials, they looking at bigger things when it comes to putting money up for fights. That's why you really haven't seen the Terrence Crawford Spence fight.
Yeah, that's why you don't normally see it, because the fighters don't want to get shorted. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The networks don't want to get shorted. Mm-hmm. Look, the venue fights don't want to get shorted. Mm-hmm. It got to make sense. They adding all the numbers up from previous fights. You know, they adding them numbers. They got the sheets in front of them. When they talk about this, okay, yeah, you did this. Your payout was this was this was that. You know, and then they look at it.
As you always say, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
If the money right, the fight right.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, Coach, one of the names that you brought up, he said Pitbull Cruz.
I always call Pitbull because I had my reasons, you know.
You know, You know, for a lot of people that don't know this, man, because during that time, you were very busy with the amateur program. We did an interview talking about that, and that you actually said in that interview that you made a mistake.
I made a mistake.
And now you're delegating when it comes to that.
Tank got something.
No, not with Tank. No, I'm talking about delegation as far as now you have the amateur program set up there with different coaches.
They're good there, but when it's something that I'm involved with that's going to enhance the amateur, and the Tank got something coming up, that means that was my lesson. Shut it down. They gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Because he's creating an avenue for them. You with me?
I gotta ask this: how difficult was that training camp? Having Barry Hunt in there?
I wouldn't say it was difficult because we made it work, and it worked. It was just, how else did they say? There was a lot of stuff that was on both team mind. You know what I'm saying? Why we doing it after coming off a tremendous win, but Tank had a reason why he do things. You know what I'm saying? And he came to me and said, "Yo, let's make this work," and it worked.
What did you learn from that experience, having to deal with another team in-house?
That wasn't my experience, that was his experience.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? When you do things, you learn from your lessons, you know what I'm saying? I think Tank was just worried about if anything happened to me, or anything go wrong, you know what I'm saying? You don't never know what's on a person's mind when they thinking and whatnot, but I try to explain to them, this God sent.
That's very true, because remember, also prior to that, remember you had just came off with the health issues that you were dealing with. A lot of people didn't know that. With the COVID.
I don't tell everything that goes on with me, you know what I'm saying? I could be in the worst condition in the world, but you'll never know it. I'm going to fight through it. So right now, what I learned from that, when it comes to Tank, shut everything down, focus on Tank.
How close is the possibility of making a rematch with that Pitbull Cruz fight?
They can do anything they want. That fight is easy in the same circle. You know what I'm saying? It's just, do Tank want it? What he want to do? It's just a fight personally.
That you want?
That I want.
That's another country. Another opponent, but another country behind.
We made him a star.
Now, I gotta ask you about this. Shakur Stevenson. A lot of talks with him. I don't know if you had saw this. I'm gonna play.
Fighter. I mean, look at him. He fighting pay-per-view, knocking these dudes out. That don't take away the fact that I can beat this dude. It don't take away from the fact that this dude know he can't beat me. He only saying that because he got fights lined up. He know that he got 2 fights lined up, January, April. Tell him that to have that same energy after that fight. After he fight on Golden Girl Garcia, tell him to have the same type of energy. Tell him to send the contract over, or we send the contract to him. However it go, tell him to fight me. That dude get to feeling himself and feeling like he's something that he's not in. And to the world, he look like a killer, but I can't wait. I'm gonna expose him. I promise you, I'm gonna expose him. I'll be the person that he going there, he not gonna knock out. He not gonna hurt. He gotta go 12 rounds with somebody and somebody gonna be beating him. He ain't gonna like that shit. That shit gonna mess with his heart. That shit gonna fuck with his head. Watch.
Thoughts?
No thoughts. People can talk that type of shit. There's no contract or something. I don't pay attention to that.
I answer that shit.
I gotta get you to answer this for what he said about you.
Yeah, he can't fuck with Tank. My opinion. It's my opinion.
Listen, all that sounds good right now, but when the fight is made and the fight about to happen,
Tank is not playing this Murray Matt.
He know what time
that bell ring.
1 minute you on this side, 1 minute he here. So
when that bell ring, Tank ain't playing this Murray Matt. That motherfucker punching.
None of that tap.
No
like
tap,
you
tap.
said at the U.
No tap. He not swatting flies in that motherfucker.
I know what they're doing. They're just trying to make a fight. They're trying to make a fight. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not making the money Tank making. You know what I'm saying? Again.
But he can box. But I can't stress enough. Every fighter get hit. They get hit every round.
How long we been talking about that? Remember I was saying about fans was bringing up that 3 years ago talking about getting hit. And what? He's still laying them out. Still laying them out to this day.
Everybody get hit, man.
You've always said that. This the fight games. You gonna get touched.
If you
Does he really think he's not gonna get touched?
Sound like it. If we don't get touched, I'll never ever train fighters again.
I ain't seen him fight nobody that was a killer already.
And everybody he fought touched him. Everybody he fought
No,
touched
let's
him.
really look at when you talk about them guys. Who did they fight was that next to killer? You get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
How me holler Bob Arm too, because he's not gonna let that shit happen.
I just don't pay attention to them. When they start fighting, first, of course you're gonna want to fight Tank. They know Tank is the best right now. They know it.
Face of
But
box.
goddamn, fight somebody that's up under him. You get what I'm saying? That's that. If I fight him, I know I'm gonna get a little bit more recognition. That's how you gotta be thinking. But I ain't gonna keep giving y'all secrets. You know, we doing good over here.